Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello, this is Lesley Ormsby, psychic medium, healer, teacher of spiritual and mystical things, and so much more. So part of the so much more that I do is I do these astrological readings or messages, forecasts, energy forecasts for the monthly ones or weekly ones. So I'm up to a weekly one for the sign of Virgo. So welcome to my YouTube channel, Virgo, and I'd just like to thank those of you who have subscribed to my channel. I just really want to say thank you. I really appreciate your support and subscribing, and for those of you who haven't subscribed, I'll take this opportunity to invite you to do that now or at the end of the video. And what it does is it helps build my YouTube channel so I can get more messages out there and create more free content for everybody. It just it just helps me to get that out there, okay? And that's the biggest thing. It helps get out there to reach as many people as possible. So now I just want to remind everybody that these are reads or the messages that come through are general. So what I mean by that is that they may or may not resonate with you. If they do, wonderful. If they don't, then just leave it. Don't make it fit. Okay. So, and part of the reason why it might not fit is because it's a forecast and it may not be resonating with you right now, and that's why it may not it may not be resonating with you right now, because it's maybe it's something that will be unfolded the next week or two, but generally the next week. So you may understand it. Now, if it doesn't roll out, pan out for you, and that's fine. It's obviously not for you if you really don't think it is, and that's fine. That's ka pai. So the other thing is that if it doesn't, and sometimes checking out your other signs is quite helpful. It gives a bit more of a comprehensive view or read about what could be coming up for you. So, and what I mean by that this is this read or session is suitable for a Virgo, whether you're a Virgo, and if this is your sun, moon, rising or Venus sign that you're looking at for. So, and if you don't know what your other signs are, there is a link to a website in the description box below that will take you to a calculator, a website with a calculator that will help figure that out for you. Okay. The last thing is that I just want to say, if you want to book an appointment with me, please, feel free to do so. And if you want to contact me, my details are in the description box below. Oh my gosh! So my voice is starting to go. So it may be something that may be going on with you about expressing yourself, or it may the way that you're doing it. So it may be not coming out quite right, or it may be or as nice as you would like it to come out, or it could be that you may be maybe wanting to express yourself, or change the way you express yourself verbally, and creatively. Okay, so they're drawing me to my thymus, because that's where, in my throat, because that's where it was that's about verbally, expressing, talking. Some of you may be wanting to do a lot more. It may be that you're needing to take a rest from it for some of you. Because of the job that you do. I'm not sure there, but there's a few things going on there, and you may be over it, just over talking about stuff too. There's the other thing that I'm getting. So you may be talking to somebody and it's not getting through, so it's I need to take a rest. So, and because that move shifted quite quickly as soon as that came into my mind. So it's maybe you just need to let things go, or it may be that needing to express it differently, or say it differently, and find a different vocabulary or different words to explain what is going on. It could be too that you're not listening, because in talking or expressing ourselves, the reverse of that, or the what goes with that, is we've got to listen as well. So if we're not listening carefully, or succinctly even, or we're not listening, or we're only hearing what we want to hear, that sort of thing, we're not going to be able to respond as clearly. So that clear communication goes for actually speaking it, but also hearing it, listening to it, and asking the right questions. If you don't understand it, or ask for more information, because my throat's just gone there, and it's asking. So maybe you and some of you aren't asking for some more information to make a clear, decisive decision, okay, about something. Okay, well, so now these this week's energy, and it's been coming for a little while, and they're blending in, and most of the reads obviously that I do, and or any of us do that do this, there's a healing aspect to it. But this month they're actually bringing it more of a healing energy to it, to help with the energy that's come through with this full moon and this eclipse and all the other planets that have gone into retrograde energy movement. So it's like maybe maybe something is like for them to do that. It's something like helping you through this processing. Okay, so I'll just cough then. So something is really wanting to come up and come out, expressly, like verbal diarrhea or something. Really get out and say something. It could be that you might, because I'm just feeling like for some of you it might be that you just need to sit up straight. So, and this is about expressing and taking your power back, because I'm feeling my diaphragm, my lungs opening up, and just putting your shoulders back and taking your power back, or letting your power out, and not giving it away as such. So it's like, it could be something like that, whether you're not breathing, breathe. So anyway, so part of the healing aspect to the reads this week, or the messages that are coming through with these crystal spirits, they've encouraged me to, or drawn me to be drawing some crystal spirits, crystal cards out, so to help with the healing process. So before I start, it's like, even if these crystals, if you aren't able to get a hold of any, like physically, and be in their presence in that sense, it may be that you need to, if you can't, there is, what I like to do is go Google it. One of the things I do is Google it, and then a lot of the websites, when you Google it, will come up with something, really nice images that actually emanate out beautiful energy that you can channel into or tune into, and sit in there with that energy that comes from it. It's just beautiful. So Google it and blow it up on your screen. Make it, make it big on your screen, and sit with it. Okay. Anyway, so the first one out is watermelon tourmaline. So I've actually drawn these cards before, although what I do is I shuffle, and whatever comes out, what flips out, pops out, that's how I like to do it. It seems to me to be more spontaneous, and it works all the time. So that's how I work with it. So, and these three cards come out, and the first one out is tourmaline. So because I don't really know, there's a lot of unusual cards or crystals in there that I don't know about. I'm just holding it there for you to tune into as I'm talking. I've Googled them and got some information, and made some notes about what I think will, most likely resonate with you. So you can go on there later and have a little bit, dig around for more information if you want. But I've just got some basic meanings here. Okay, so watermelon tourmaline basically is a combination of pink and green tourmaline that soothes the heart and counters anger or resentment. Used in meditation, it assists with calming the mind and the emotions, allowing us to release stress. So that's what this one is about. And it's kind of where the energy was going with, where they're leading to, what's earlier on when I first started talking. So that would be a beautiful one to channel into or tune into. And that's number 58. So 5 is about energy. So it's like when we, if you're in it, because it talks about anger and calming and that. So when we release anger, it's good to let it out, but it's just being mindful about what we let out, especially that sometimes it can come back. And actually, as I said, that it doesn't make us feel good. And sometimes we can feel like shit because we didn't really want to go to that place, whether the person or the situation deserved it or not, it's just kind of and that's why they're talking about that calming energy with this watermelon, tourmaline. So if that's you, that will be a wonderful crystal to tune into. Okay, so the other thing is, where are they going with that? Okay, moving on to the next one. So the next one is, number 8. So it's 58 in the deck. So 8 is about infinity to me. So it's It's not so much about what comes around, goes around, but there is a cycle to things, okay? And it's like when, you know, and that with that figure eight figure there, it's like it will come, it's like, it's not so much that it will come to an end, but it's like the cycle, there's a cycle in there, okay? So it's not, I want to say what goes around comes around, so that must be the, you know, that may be a theme for you if you can take that. But it's like, you know, it's with that energy side of things, with it being 5 in there, it's like, that's like I say, it's about energy. So it's being mindful about what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we do, the actions that we take, you know, as well, okay? There's also a type of energy that is behind it. So it's been, where's your thinking at? What are you feeling? And that sort of thing. Okay, awesome. I think you get it. And then we have raw morganite, which is one that I'm not familiar with, which is why I've like gone and done a little bit of research with some of them. And raw morganite, it brings healing, compassion, assurance, and promise. It's a gentle pink energy, as you could probably feel from that, and gazing into that, and it attunes the heart and the heart chakra. So, and this crystal also attracts the abundance of love into one's life and assists in maintaining that love as it continues to grow, which is, you know, basically like, this is what I work with. It's like, and what I live by is like, love is the greatest power of all. And it's like, sometimes it is like, it can be a little bit tricky with certain situations about feeling love at that time, but it's like, as much as possible, bring it in. And the more we do that, the better we get better at doing it, when we understand, the more we, the more we learn about ourselves and understand what it is that pisses us off or ticks us off. You know, when somebody pokes the bear in you, it's like, you know, so it's learning to figure that out and not letting them, you know, poke the bear, basically. Well, they may poke the bear, but it's like, you're not going to respond in the way that they want you to respond, because it's their fucking drama. Oh, I can't believe I just said that. But it's for some of you, you'll get that, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So it's like, so it's about not getting caught up in someone else's drama, basically. So number six is really about a service to humanity. So some of the, and what I'm feeling like getting there too with some of you is that effing drama part could be like, you may be seeing something on the news, and so it's maybe like making you think about how you can give back to the community in some sort of way. And that, you know, because that 6 is about the service to humanity. And it may be, you know, in some sort of way. It may be that you do, you know, you join a club, or like the Lions Club. It's or it may be that you know, do some voluntary work, and it may be that you know, you do something with animals, or whatever it is. It's, you know, humanity is, you know, not just about the humans as well. It's about our the creatures, other creatures that live on this earth too, is what they're bringing to me. Cool. And it's so true. It's not just about us humans. All right. So, and yeah, so raw. And 4 is about stability, finance, foundation. Okay. And it's interesting that it's paired up with that service to humanity. Okay, cool. I'm going to leave that there. So the next card out is crystal. Just dropped that one. Sorry about that. Is spessartine or spessartine garnet. So the spessartine garnet has a strong, stimulating vibration that is powerful to boost how you feel. These crystals have metaphysical properties that are known to assist manifestation and aid creativity. They also stimulate the brain, strengthening logical reasoning, mental clarity, and activating imaginative thinking. So, which is kind of like makes sense that this card would come up to balance things out, because it's like, and to talk about that with the emotions that could be going on with you, and counteracting some of the not so like, if you're like feeling a little bit frustrated and angry about something, and like, yeah, it's like getting, you know, turning it around into shifting the energy into a more productive energy, basically, for the greater good of one being you and all. Okay, wonderful. So I'm going to go to move to the tarot cards now and see what comes up for you for this week. Oh, okay, that was the first one that came out. It was daydreams. There's a 7 of Cups. So that daydreams, basically, some of you have been like, obviously daydreaming about stuff. So it's about in thinking, wondering how the hell this is going to happen, where am I going to next, and what have you, and with, you know, with your love life, possibly with some of the, whether you're single and or married, and or in a relationship with somebody, but it's also about daydreaming about and what could be happening, like with the future, you know, because some of you, I'm hearing, I want to buy a home, you know, but I need another job, or I need a good job, I need more money coming in, and blah blah blah, and the business isn't working at the moment. It's, well, it is working, but it's like I need to build it up again, and things are coming. So it's, I just feel like, because what I'm hearing is like, is making, is like doing some plans, getting some plans or some goals sorted out about what you want to do to keep you on track with your emotions with it. Okay, so it's like sometimes, you know, when, you know, with everything that's going in, and I myself too went there. It's like, wow, you know, it's got really super quiet. You know, obviously with the work that I do, it's not at the top of everybody's pile, so of things to do, or not of spending. You know, it's with cash being, you know, spasmodic for some people, and maybe not as abundant as it was before. But what I'm hearing and what they're saying is things are building up, things are changing. So it's like, and it's like sometimes we have to change our vision, and in order to change our vision, sometimes we need to write it down or put it down, and like and make a strategic plan or goals or something like that to keep our momentum and our head in a space, our thoughts and our mind in a space where it's going to be more productive for us in moving forward in life. And so therefore, because I'm hearing the word success will come again and again and again, and it's just a cycle. So it's like and it's like, okay, so this is real, but it's like taking action in the right way, taking action. It's one thing to have daydreams, but we've got to take action. That's what I'm getting from here. So it's putting it out there and manifesting it, which is what this crystal was about. You know, a manifestation. There was one of them there is about that. It's like, you know, and being creative in the way that you do things. You know, it may be that you need to be thinking a little bit differently to change things around, and you may have wanted to be able to think a little bit differently. How can I do things differently before the lockdown? But now is your opportunity, in whether it's in your business or in your life in general. Some people I know, and like I'm just, you know, talking to a few people, they've like, and what's come through with some people, they've just ended up having to, like, they've changed their job completely because they've said, you know what, I've had enough of this job. Love the job, but it's, you know, sometimes it's the people that are in there and the management that are people that are managing it that are in there that suck. You know, and they don't lift you. That's just like, because they've got, well, granted, some of them have got some stuff going on, but they're like taking it into work. So they're not really like looking at themselves. And then you get the management up above. It's like, you know what, this company sucks, you know, or this business in that sort of sense. So, and it's like, so you're choosing to take another job. Some of you, and I have heard of that happening. So some of this may be that for you, or just ditching your business and moving into something else, or adding onto your business, or you know, or tweaking the business to make it work in a new way, or whatever it is, or work for you. So wow, that was an intense energy. So anyway, so and then the next card out is Temperance, which is about cooperation and sharing. I'm just looking at this angel, and sharing and balance. So there's some sort of balance that's been brought around there. So even though we've just done that bit of a spiel there for you and brought out all that energy, it's like, it's kind of like there's a fiery energy that things are changing, and it's like, I want to change, I want to make a difference in my life. It's like, you know, what am I sitting around? I might as well have a go at this, and I might as well try this. You know, can only but try. And all these ideas are coming up. So it's like, in order to do that, we need, you know, to basically cooperate with ourselves. And it may be that some of you are like looking at doing a joint venture. And that, so it's like, and you may be like you may be thinking about how that is going to work. So it's interesting that I've just noticed that this angel has dipped her toes in the water. So it's like, and that's kind of like a theme. It's like just dipping your toes in the water to have a wee look-see and have a wee think about it. And it could be like better, more productive and more abundant than maybe you think, or prosperous than you realize or think at the time. So it's not letting your head get too far in the way. But I feel like for some of you it is about like, how could this work? And it's like talking to spirit, and you may be already in a situation that where there needs to be some balance and sharing within a living situation, a business situation, or a work situation, or a friendship situation where you're working together, or a group or a club or something like that, where you may be feeling like, I need to not be in this group anymore because it's like you've outgrown the way that they're thinking or doing things, or it just doesn't fit with you anymore, and it's helped to see you where you need to be going next. And it's simple, it's just something like that, not necessarily overly the flamboyant thing, but it's like you're making some decisions and to move in a way that you want to move for you, to make things happen. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, which comes through, which is interesting, because it may be that, with this story that's going through, that maybe that you are experiencing and you're looking at, this loss of wealth and or faith feeling in that, with bringing up this is why, which is why all this has come up for you with these crystals. I'm putting to my laptop because I've got these notes with these crystals up here, which is why these crystals have, come up for you to help you to shift through that. Which is absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to stop flapping my arm away and let the energy flow through to you with that. But it's like, so going back to that, Spessar telling team Garnet one, where it talks about manifestation and shifting the energy towards something, because I feel like some of you are still maybe some people may be in that mindset still, or some of you maybe like with this whole episode of what's going on in the world. It's like, maybe it's still really frustrated and annoyed about how things have turned out. And so it's about, and then others of you are looking at the opportunity that it's brought for you in the sense of creating change. So whatever side of the fence you're on, some of you, I think you're still on the fence and figuring out what it is, how you feel with that. But I feel like, so what they're talking about here, I feel is like, it's about working with all that, and like that's why they're talking about creating that vision board, because it helps us to manifest what we do want and where we want to go. It keeps us on track. Okay. And also then we have the Ten of Pentacles, so it's the passing of positive traditions in that. So I do feel like with that one, there's abundance there, that something comes to an end with some sort of money situation. And I'm feeling it's like more, but because it's the Seven of Cups is the first card that's come out, it's more to do with feelings and emotions around money and your relationship with money at the moment. And maybe that you were looking at how money has been in your life, how you've worked with money, how you've not worked with money so well, or whatever it is that's with you. So which is why I'm talking about, or we're talking about, that relationship with money. What has your relationship with money been about? Whether it's been lack of or lots of or coming and going, it's there seems to be this journey has gone from, that's why they're talking about that loss of wealth or faith in money is what I'm getting, and income and how it all works and the system and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, okay, pull your head out and have faith in you, basically. Have faith in the universe, that the universe will help you and work it out for you, whatever it is that you're working through, okay? Well, so this week is probably going to be an interesting week, like every week, of course. So I'm going to leave that with you. Because it is, these readings are reasonably intense. I could just feel the energy building up and just like calming down a little bit now. But just know that there is something that is moving and coming to an end. So some of you with the Ten of Pentacles, it's like something, you see something or feel something, or something comes. And it's like this idea, and it's like, yes, this can actually happen. So some of it is just at the end of a cycle of the way you're thinking about money and how you could be more productive with it, and that things are moving in the way that they need to be moving. Okay, cool. Because with a 10, something, and that is something new that comes from the end of that cycle, begins a new cycle of that whatever it is going on, because then we have the Page of Pentacles, which is the next card after that. What hasn't come up, but there comes the messenger with that brings, you know, some news. Okay, choice. So it's working towards that, which is the next part of the cycle. It's like, yes, this is coming and this is actually happening. Okay, anyway, I'm going to leave that there for you now, amazing Virgoians. And so thank you very much for sticking around and listening to this video. It's been a lot, it's been quite a lovely energy, but an intense energy as well. So I look forward to, you know, going on the journey with you in the following week and see what comes up for you. Okay, anyway, yes, we're just going to leave you with lots of love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement and adventure, and I will catch up with you next Tuesday. Okay, bye for now.